If he hasn't been dogged by so many injuries, well, for me anyways, I think he would have broke Shearer's record.
Hello, welcome back to Over Under episode 4 over here on the Near Post podcast. I'm Peter, alongside me as always is Dermot. Over Under, where we chat about players, managers and historic teams, whether we think they're overrated or underrated. Up today, Sergio Agüero. Everyone heard about his departure, Man City at the end of the season, getting that statue, everything. You know, he's in the media right now. So we're posing the question, is he overrated or is he underrated? I'll let you start.
Yeah, it would have been rude not to do Agüero. Like, man's been one of the Premier League icons. I think that retirement was one of the worst kept secrets though. Like, that was always coming.
Yeah.
He hasn't played. Like, he's barely played this season. Man's been dogged with injuries, which is one of the things you'd say will let him down, like, in terms of greats. Because I'll ask you this. If he hasn't been dogged by so many injuries, well, for me anyways, I think he would have broke Shearer's record. Like, what are you saying? He's missed a lot of games.
I think, yeah, and like that's a lot of goals to get up to, without a doubt. No doubt, like he's top three, top four striker ever in the Premier League. Some would debate he's number one, which is true.
Yeah,
100%. What are you saying there?
like, you couldn't begrudge him.
No.
Like we were saying earlier, he has the most hat-tricks in Premier League history. Was an absolute madness.
Yeah.
He was never even. People say he was quick in his prime. I don't think he was that quick. He was just.
He had enough pace.
Nimbly. Yeah, he was just so clever, stocky, and I think he was always carrying a bit of weight. Like, I wouldn't say he looked after himself that much, and he was still that good. He was just so natural or something.
That's the thing.
Love scoring goals.
That's the thing with Agüero. I always think it's a bit like kind of Suarez. Never had too much pace, never had too much strength. Like, not a complete athlete, like say the likes of Ronaldo or whatever, but always bagged. Always. He never had to rely on his pace. He kind of had a quick first step just to get around the defender.
Quick shot, bang, goal.
Yeah, if he was in the box 1-on-1 with the keeper, like, you'd put your house on it.
Yeah, it was money. I remember, well, look, we have to touch on the QPR goal. Is that the most iconic moment in Premier League history? Because for me, it is.
As far as goals go, yeah, most definitely. Like, there's not really much you can hold up to.
Like, you talk about big players, big moments, clutch. Like, that was the epitome of clutch, big moments, beat their rivals. You know what I mean?
That's what's quality, right? When you think of an iconic goal, just say, imagine Divock Origi there against Barca, even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer against Bayern. It's always a player, like, he's there, maybe a bench player, like
super sub.
He might be a little super sub for you or whatever. But this was their main dog, like this was their goal scorer coming up with the goods, which is fantastic. I think it's quality, like ultimate. Just, they need a goal. He just grabs it for them, which is class.
Yeah, looking at it now, right? They're going to win the Prem this season. So that's 5 Premier League titles he's going to have. If they do win the Champions League, he's basically won it all in his club career. He's won FA Cups. He's won stupid amount of League Cups. The Prems, like I mentioned. Is he the best foreign import to the Premier League?
Yeah, like it's a no for me, just because I'd say that's nearly more nostalgia though. Nearly more of nostalgia looking back on Thierry. But like, if you're talking about impact, maybe, yeah, because Henry I think was a better player, but it's a tough one because, like, Agüero has the titles and everything to back him.
Yeah, I think Agüero kind of showed he could have played in any era the way he was.
Yeah.
He was never too reliant on his physical ability. Obviously, he was in Grand Nick, but I always just felt it was pure natural ability, natural finishing, skills, clutch moments. Yeah, I don't think he gets the respect he deserves just because he's playing for City. You know, they're not. I know they've won the club, but I still don't see them as a massive club.
Yeah, look, when he came in, it can be argued their fan base isn't huge. It definitely is now with the growth they've had across Europe and Saudi Arabia, whatever. But like if he plays for us, like Liverpool, we're saying he's probably best Prem player ever. If he plays for United,
Definitely,
they're saying that as well.
if he played for Man United, Arsenal, or Liverpool, right, and he won them titles, scored them goals, he'd be looked at as the best player of all time in the Premier League. Like he'd be up there, top 2 or 3, anyways,
Yeah,
definitely. But I just think the City thing, there's, you know what I mean.
I'll say about that QPR goal as well. Everyone knows that. You think of Agüero, everyone's like, yeah, what that goal, that commentary, everything. That's what people relate back. I think that's actually shadowed over how good his career has been. Because people just remember Agüero for that goal when he done, he had another 180 goals in the Prem. And we're
So
we're
many good
we're
goals.
focusing here just on the Prem. He was good in Spain before he came. You
Yeah,
know,
Atletico won a Europa League with Atletico. Was like he was ripping it up at a young age in Atletico as well.
yeah.
So to finish off, I'm going to say Aguero was slightly underrated just because he plays for Man City.
Yeah, I have to agree with the underrated. Just one more thing I want to say before. It's like when you compare him to Wayne Rooney, like if you look at the top goal scorers in the Prem, it's Wayne Rooney, Shearer, obviously, Andy Cole, Fowler, all these guys. If you take all them into consideration, only two players really got it done in a small amount of games. Like, and that's Henri and Aguero getting that in the 200 mark, where the rest of the players are in 300, 400s, late
Games, yeah.
300. Yeah. So for me, yeah, he is a small bit underrated just because of what he's done for that Man City team. Any other team in the Prem, and he's debated as the GOAT of the Prem.
Yeah.
So
If he was if he was Liverpool's United's main man, he's seen as one of the best strikers of all time. That's just kind of the way it is.
yeah,
People look at the club you played for as well. So I'm saying, like I said, underrated, just slightly underrated for how good he actually was.
yeah, both agreeing here for since
For
the
a change.
first episode. Yeah, underrated. So that is our verdict. Comment down below if you think we were right. What do you think? Do you think that's the most iconic moment in Premier League history? And yeah, make sure to
Make sure to sub as well, guys.
make sure to sub, like, and keep updated on our socials. Instagram and Twitter will be in the description. And thanks for watching.